So hey, welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm Alex. This is Operation Genesis. This is Site B. Site B basically is a free play mode, and we won't be touching it much. You still generate an island just like you do in the default mode, choosing the amount of trees you want, number of rivers, how many mountains, how big you want the island. It's a shape, but really it's like, do you want it to be a square or a bunch of small islands? And it's a free play mode. We won't touch it, really. We're done with the missions, thankfully, so now we can actually get into Operation Genesis properly.
Hello, my name is John Hammond, and I am in charge of InGen, the company that you now work for. Your job is quite simple, really. Build a park, create dinosaurs, and entertain people. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on you as well.
I've heard this so
We'll watch your park rating and give you feedback on your performance. But in the end, the success or failure of Jurassic Park, it's all up to you.
Yeah, so you can have Circle Island, or Circle Island, or Square Island. It doesn't really matter. Even though I indicated that I wanted a bunch of rivers, not many of these are giving us many rivers. Rivers are nice because they will let dinosaurs drink from them, making it so that you don't have to drag things out. I'm gonna go with this. It's a circle, which isn't perfectly ideal as everything is based on a grid system in this game, but I think a circle looks a hell of a lot better than a square. The only benefit to making a small island is some artificial challenge. Like, this would be a really annoying island to play on. I'm tempted. I'm actually tempted, but just to showcase this, we'll throw in some mountains because they're interesting. Maybe that's a bit much. They're interesting, but they serve no purpose. They don't even make your island prettier to people. So let's just do this. Flatland. So yeah.
Hi.
Start out with nothing. And so we need to pick where a visitor center is going to be. I think right over here is a great place to drop down. Oh god. Our visitor center. Our park entrance. So we're going on a grid system like this then, huh?
Can you look after this while I get a soda?
Yeah, this will be fine. So again, we're keeping in mind the helicopter.
Welcome
now,
back.
I don't know from where the helicopters enter the map. I'm hoping from the closest map edge, so they'll just come in and out. But there's no telling. Let's get a path going on here. That'll do. Fossil hunt is honestly the first thing I should have done. Start digging up some fossils. The dinosaur summary. You start out with 2 types of dinosaurs, neither of which will be at 100%. Meaning you can push things along very early on to try to get higher percentage DNA so your dinosaurs live longer. Or you can say, well, fuck it, it doesn't really matter. Build these short-lived dinosaurs to open your park sooner, and then just build newer ones later.
What
You
should we
want a
do
hatchery,
here?
you need research done. Let's check out the research team. Cache machine is very important. Weather guard is fairly important. But none of these, I think, are exceptionally important. Hatchery immunization will be incredibly important later on. Really, we shouldn't need... Vaccines will be incredibly important. We shouldn't need any of these. Medium security fence maybe for some later dinosaurs, but it should be very easy.
Great.
So let's research cache machine, as that won't require anything from us. I want to build a path area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This, the intention is just to have a little area to act as a central hub for the park. Not permanent central hub, I'll probably expand on it and do some weird stuff, but for now, that's a central hub. I'm gonna put our cleaner station way the fuck down here, as people don't need to be interacting with it.
Hello.
I'm not hiring any staff yet. Staff cost money per month. Buildings do not cost upkeep per month. Building these doesn't cost me anything. I'm gonna go for this though, $15 margins. I'm gonna go with burgers and chili because that sounds best to me. I'm not gonna charge to use the bathrooms. That's a thing you can do, but shitty. So let's
Can
think
you look
about.
after this while I get a soda?
I kind of want an exhibit right over here. It's close by, very easy for me to access. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no real point to having exhibits that go far out to sea, as well. The dinosaurs won't wander out at sea, and if they do, well, they can't eat anything out there anyway, so it won't much matter. I like to just build one hatchery. Oh, hell yes, I'm going to play Jurassic World Evolution when it releases. It looks pretty good from the gameplay I've seen. It's still obviously in development, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, that's part of why I'm taking a look at this for nostalgia reasons. I'm probably just gonna want one hatchery, and I'll sedate things and move them to new containers just because it saves on money. I don't really want to get any dinosaurs going before we have one at 100%, but how fast is this going, and how patient am I? Can't buy another team before we open, that's right. Well, let's nitpick our park design in the meantime then. A viewing vent would be nice for there. Let's path that in. Down here, do I want something? Yeah, probably. Let's throw in a viewing platform. This is not ideal placement at all. That's fine. And there, that's another loop. Now, in paths, I cannot remember the hotkeys. We'll have benches. Benches seem kind of worthless, but they let people rest, which actually makes them quite happy. The game does not auto-place benches, and they're not super important. They are in games like Planet Coaster, but they're not super important here. Trash cans, also fairly important. I don't think the game automatically places them. It's funny because it places things like lights and information segments. I don't even know what to call these things. They're not kiosks, but information things. But, you know, you have to place your own trash cans.
What are
Male
your instructions?
Arcanthosaurus. I guess start extracting that Arcanthosaurus we're not going to make for quite some time. We're going to put in an herbivore feeder right here in the middle.
Good to see you.
Paleo bales. Because this is such a small enclosure, we can afford to coat this in paleo trees, which is fucking expensive. Yeah, I used to have a physical copy of this. I have no idea where it is, or even if it works anymore. What I ended up doing was finding a digital copy of this that I had on an old hard drive and transferring it over. Let's just do this. Honestly, 3 Torosaurus will be fine. Yeah, a lot of things have held up really well. I was saying earlier, things that this could use, and that I'm sure will be implemented, is a, like, speed up time, slow down time, pause mechanic. As that's become pretty typical for park simulations like this. The vehicle interaction in this game is really interesting, and I'm curious if they'll do something similar.
Should you find yourself short of cash, cash machines are now located at the park entrance for your convenience.
Because it was kind of fun to drive cars around and helicopters
Ladies
around.
and gentlemen, we are happy to announce the arrival
No,
of our newest
pretty
dinosaur,
unnecessary.
Torosaurus.
Alright, open.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to declare the newest wonder of the modern world, Jurassic Park. Now open.
I'm really excited for new textures on dinosaurs, new dinosaur models. Really curious to see how the new Dino AI holds up. And yeah. But the release for that, several months out, I think. Yeah. Like, right now, if this were a more modern game, I'd have it set to speed 3 or speed 4, whatever the maximum speed is, just to let time tick away as our fossil teams work. I remember playing this when I was a teenager and setting up, like, the dig team and then walking off and doing something else for an hour. Not building anything, just getting all the DNA possible at the beginning. Oh, yeah, yeah. The little hamster ball from Jurassic World should be in the game. That's right. Yeah, I think I've seen Quill18 play through a preview copy of it. I think I've seen a couple other YouTubers do that as well. But honestly, I've been trying to not look at the new game too much. Okay, helicopter comes in from here. Where do you go? Now, my hype will probably be at the point that I'm watching people play preview copies or reviewing it before it comes out, and you exit the same way. Do you exit through the left corner of the map?
Message from Dr. Grant.
I'm tracking this so I can keep an idea on what areas will generate stress from the influx of helicopters.
What are your instructions?
More Arcanthosaurus. Not
Okay.
ideal, my man. Not ideal. No, I don't mind spoilers at all. It's more just like,
Good.
it sucks getting excited about a thing, and getting really hyped up, and then, like, realizing, oh, I have to wait 2 months. What I prefer to do is wait, like, the week before it's out, and then consume as much hype as possible, so I'm as hyped as possible, and as informed as possible, right before it comes out, so I don't have to deal with the kind of suffering aspect, or side of anticipation. Now, thrill platform, not going to be the right thing. The duration meter does not matter on here at all. But we're going to want to change these
Thanks for
names
stopping
to playpen. Stuff like that. Because they're herbivores.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
Herbivores
pleased
like
to announce the debut of our newest attraction.
Sporosaurus and Triceratops do fight, so they can add some thrill,
of this gentle herbivore.
but not much.
What should we do here?
Yep. You should build a ranger station. I'm not going to. I'm curious to see how natural disasters are implemented, or disasters in general in this
Welcome
game, and
back.
we haven't seen them yet. There is weather. Right now we have a heat wave, which makes dinosaurs drink more water. It can raise their stress if they don't have easy access to water. But you also have things like tropical storms, which can cause damage to fences. Not buildings, though. Buildings don't really have damage mechanics. Even hurricanes. Hurricanes can destroy fences, kill people in the park, kill dinosaurs, damage structures. I think.
Welcome
I
back.
honestly don't remember, and that can be an issue.
Good.
Generally, I think it's best just to hire all the staff you can. It's expensive, but you'll want to hire them anyway, and you typically make enough for one influx of customers to pay for an entire month's staff, so should be fine. So long as you're not gouging people on prices, you should be alright.
Welcome back.
So I have one of you.
Hi there.
Yeah. Why not? Really what I should be pouring more money into right now. I'm hating my placement of this right now, because people have to walk all the way up here to get to this. I should have realized it would have been better to put them in here.
Good to see
You can't relocate buildings. You can demolish buildings, but you won't get a refund. Does make some sort of sense. Not as easy to pick something up and move it like that. Ah. The models. Yeah, this is
Welcome
a
back.
time-honored tradition in games like this. I've never been to a theme park or anywhere that charges per restroom use, but this is definitely a meme, right? Or not a meme, a cliche of games like these that you can charge to use bathrooms. I don't know anywhere on Earth that you can get away with that, let alone any game that it makes sense to have that implemented in. Kind of. Like, there are places like bathrooms for paying customers only. It kind of makes sense. But it's a little silly.
Message from Dr. Grant.
What you got? Gold. Ah. Wrong one. Genetics
good.
lab. So the gold, get money. Hire a second fossil team? Were you 10,000? 5,000. Excellent. So let's take a zoom in here. This should speed this up. So this produces twice as fast, rather than extracting from two separate sites. Now, I haven't timed it, and I don't know the metrics on how the game calculates it, but I'm fairly sure it's best just to max out one site before moving on to the next. Provided you're not looking for a specific DNA or something. The game's a slow start, and honestly, it's not the most challenging thing in the world. It's very, very hard to fail at Operation Genesis. You kinda have to try. In the same old school, Sim Town or Sim City kind of way. Like, it has built-in disasters, but you kinda have to let the disaster happen. Yeah, there are definitely some typos in here, like misspelling some of the characters' names.
Good to see you again. Great.
And I was joking about this earlier. I am really confused why they don't have more voice-acted lines in here. Because if you're gonna license a product, why not go, all out on it? It probably comes down to cost. And more so than that, how much you could fit on a CD at the time. This was released on a CD, not a DVD, a CD. I mean, the idea of games being released on physical media today is hard to believe, right? But back then, everything was on CDs, which had a fairly limited... Nope, more Arcanthosaurus. The game really wants me to have carnivores. I'm not building a ranger station.
Things are good.
Go straight to hell. It is not happening. If all I have are herbivores, there's no need for it. I think I remember the pathfinding being a little better. I have played this game in... I mean, it came out in 2003. I think I played through in 2010 or 2011 as part of a nostalgia trip when I first got into college. But since then, I haven't touched it. I've noticed a couple YouTubers had some decent ongoing series. And I watched... Well, I skipped through a lot of those.
Message from
Now, I may
Dr.
be
Wu.
interested in checking out some mods after today, but I wanted to look at the original unblemished product. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy Jeff Goldblum is coming back for the new movie. It is kind of odd that he's not in here, but Goldblum's character wasn't... Dr. Malcolm, wasn't someone who seemed like engine material. It's even weird to me that Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler are considered engine employees, although I guess they technically were. Right in the first Jurassic Park, where Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler meet with Hammond
Message
for the
from
first
Dr.
time.
Grant.
They refer to Hammond as the guy who signs their paychecks, so I guess they are technically engine employees. Whereas Dr. Malcolm was just some dick who wrote about how we shouldn't be doing anything with genetic engineering. Right? Was it established in the movies? I know it was covered better in the books. What his career supposedly was, besides author, critic, and chaos theory guy. I don't feel like it was. There's probably a one line used when they're in the helicopter flying in where they give him a career title, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. I should watch through that again. Yeah, assume that this is a successful version of Jurassic Park, so they'd want to stay and study the dinosaurs. But it's kind of weird too, because this is a second Jurassic Park, right? Because for Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler to be on staff, they would have had to have been walked through the original Jurassic Park. And presumably that one succeeded, and this is like a Park B type thing. Or, and I was actually thinking about this playing earlier, or it's a alternate reality in which the original park never happened. They are let in on the secret really early on, and because they're let in on the secret, they're able to take more proactive roles in the development of the park, and are able to make sure it's safer, or not safer, depending on your playstyle. Of course, you know, I don't think the game's very concerned with the canon or lack of canon there.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Man. I never realized just how awful these character models look. Look at these faces. Look at these heads. It's
What
terrifying.
would you like us to do?
Urgent message
I
from
found
John
nothing.
Hammond.
Hey! Yep. Park rating went up. You got some dinosaurs and nobody's died. Get free park rating.
Good to see you again.
No. 50. Yeah, 250. There we go. So with 250, we should be making about $1,000 every time the helicopter lands. After this, that means we get 250 per month if we're only getting one per month, and I think we get 2 per month, so we're probably making 1.25 grand per month at this point. Yeah, I kind of believe that the PS2, yeah, it's released on consoles, which was really interesting for the time. There's some mods that try to make the textures and models
Message
look
from
a
the
little
park
better, and
warden's
I
office.
might take a look at those, but you'll need rangers in your park to manage your dinosaurs.
Ladies and
Nope.
gentlemen, don't get left out in the rain. Official
I want to
Jurassic
look at the
Park
original
Gale Force umbrellas
unblemished
are now available
version
at
with
the
all
park
the,
entrance.
you know, proverbial warts. It's amazing to me that 15 years after this was released, there's still active development for mods going on. Semi-active, I mean like an update once per month type deal, but that's pretty typical for most mod projects. You know, it wasn't until you pointed out that the PS2 model has shadows that I realized that I'm not seeing shadows here. What? On, high. Yeah, there's no option for shadows at all.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Wow, we've had
What would you like us to do?
horrible luck with the Dick team so far. Buy another team, yeah. It's a habit of mine, held over from other games, that I like keeping a lot of liquid capital on hand at any time because I'm waiting for like end of the month to hit and have to pay for building repairs or pay for staff or something like that. But in Operation Genesis, you can kind of run at zero for a very long time.
Can you look after this while I
You
get
need to
some?
keep like $1,000 on hand to pay for staff, but until you start really expanding out of control, that's all you need. I'm feeling bad about how close in they look. So let's demolish. Demolish refunds things. That's right. It refunds things at 50%. Get out of here.
I'm sorry, but you can't afford that.
How dare you? I am a rich businessman who can definitely afford it. Except for these? Except for this plant. I think these are all paleo plants anyway. Hello, money. I hear you. Find the money. Oh no, you're leaving. Now I'm curious if it's
Welcome back.
always that the helicopters spawn at the left-hand corner of the map or the southwest corner of the map. If that's so, it might be more efficient to put your park entrance down there. But as I recall, it varies. Now they
Message from Dr. Grant.
were just having a thought about the park. Yeah. Oh yeah, and these people are thinking about the park too. Sometimes people are just thinking, oh, I'm happy. Like, the building's a really good value for money. Really? I'm
to
charging
see
you
you again.
$30 for a burger and chili.
Message from Dr. Grant.
New fossil shipment. And
Welcome back.
the type of dino DNA
Okay.
you didn't want. Great. Excellent. Some people... Now let's toggle through people. She's mainstream. You're a thrill seeker. Some people, dino nerds. I think dino nerds care a lot about seeing the proper flora and fauna mixed in together, so having the right plants. They'll be made happier by having paleoflora, not, this is fauna, this is flora, paleoflora throughout the park. I'm getting some major deja vu. It's probably because I played this, but for some reason I'm feeling like I've streamed this before. I definitely haven't. Odd.
Message from Dr. Wu.
So like many games of the genre, it's a slow start. And that's why later games had the inclusion of being able to accelerate time. Because I imagine it turned a lot of people off to the genre at the time. Granted, I don't think we knew better back in the early 2000s.
Thanks for stopping by.
Could have imagined, like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if, like, you didn't just sit doing nothing?
Message from
The
Dr.
dino
Grant.
nerds aren't satisfied with living, breathing dinos, right?
Message from the park warden's office.
Ooh, park warden's office. Oh, are you complaining about my lack of dinosaurs?
Message from
Yep.
Dr. Grant.
You need to have rangers. No, I don't. I don't want rangers.
Yes.
This is high quality amber. Okay, cool. So both
Urgent
of these are
message from
Parasaur
Dr. Wu.
Would be pretty cool. Can now build the fountain. So fountains are cute. You can only have 10 of them, in the same way that you can only have 20 benches, 20 trash cans. So I'm already
you
up
look
to
after this while I
half
get
of
a
my
soda?
number of trash cans, so I'm gonna have to be sparing with those. These limits are probably because old school games had pretty hard limitations when it came to the amount of memory that the hardware they were running on had, and the amount of memory allocation that they could eat up. It seems almost ridiculous to be like, oh, only 500 units a path, or only 10 fountains. But back then it was a very necessary thing.
Message from Dr. Wu.
What up, Woo? Yeah.
Great to see you again.
I think we'll just keep going until these die off and replace them with better versions. If we start making more money, and we may, I would like to get Arcanthosaurus. Now, it's cheaper just to have one hatchery and build everything at that hatchery, which is why I like to build a special miniature area just for like a hatchery and one dinosaur, tranquilize it, move it to where it needs to be. But we're not there yet. The PS3 version did 3 dig sites? That's awful. No, I think 5 dig sites here rather than 3. That would suck. It bugs me that it's limited to 5 dig sites, and it bothers me because if you don't know, every site has certain dinosaurs. So even with 5 unlocked sites, you can't necessarily get every dinosaur in the game in one park. Which sort of gives the game replay value. Sort of.
Good choice.
But more than anything, it's just an irritation. So I may look into unlocking that as well. Yeah. Oh, okay, we just unlocked the big site. So, as your park gets more popular, as you get more guests, as your rating goes up, you will be allowed, for each star, 1 through 5 stars, you'll be able to unlock a different site. Now, what am I feeling? Ankylosaurus and Pachycephalosaurus are 2 of my favorite dinosaurs. Ankylosaurus and Pachycephalosaurus. So I might go for that. They're not particularly popular, whereas Tyrannosaurus is incredibly popular. We look here, Triceratops is also very popular. It would give me Pachycephalosaurus, and Monosaurus is fine. Right now we have a very herbivore-heavy game going on. Brachiosaurus is also a 5-star attraction. And for the sake of the game, it's probably better to go for 5-star attractions rather than my personal favorites, but I don't think it matters much. Spinosaurus is a 5-star attraction. But you'll notice there are overlaps, like Brachiosaurus has been in multiple areas, so you might want to do a little bit of planning. This will get us Gallimimus, Homo cephalae, and Velociraptors. Just tempting. We currently have Arcanthosaurus, which is garbage, Parasaurolophus, and Torosaurus. So let's look at just the
Great to see you again.
dino summary for Torosaurus. You like Triceratops, right? Parasaurolophus, you like Edmontosaurus. So it'd be cool to be able to get both Triceratops and Edmontosaurus. Is that possible? Monosaurus, Triceratops. Yeah, so let's go with Site B. They pair well together, and even if it doesn't mechanically affect anything, it just seems nice to do. Yeah, it does not make any sense to have this T-Rex logo if you don't end up having a T-Rex in your park.
Message
or
from
at least
Dr.
one.
Wu.
So yeah, I tend to do the same thing. Now, the Torosaurus is maxed out. What this means is if our teams dig up any more Torosaurus remains, and you'll notice this is degraded to mediocre content. This is still good because we've extracted so much from here. If we dig up more Torosaurus remains, they will just be sold off immediately. We'll make money instead of getting DNA we can't take advantage of, which is pretty cool. But for the time being, kind of just have to let our dig teams go, have to let more people wander into the park, and wait.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Ah, alright, Silver.
It would be good if you visited more often.
Well, this popped me over 10k.
Message from Dr.
Oh yeah,
Grant.
it definitely did. Now, case in point, here we go. Thank you, game. So, we've uncovered Torosaurus remains. If we already have 100% of their genome mapped, we've sold it off for profit. Excellent. So, you're 20,000. Oh, no, not yet. You make money from people entering the park, from buying stuff, from using the interactive exhibits, but you also just make a lot of money by filling out dinosaur genomes, selling off the silver, gold, and amber that you dig up. It's not bad. InGen would probably be more profitable as just a mining company. Oh, you poor boy. Yep. Oh, hold on.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Yeah, message from Dr. I have some old school Jurassic Park toys. I used to have a lot more, but I wanted to pull this up for comparison. So this little man is what the texture for that is pulled from. Yeah. Well, that's a nice touch. I hadn't noticed that until now, but they actually pulled the textures for Parasaurolophus and the other things from the movie properties, I think. And more than that, from the toys that they released around the same time. That's pretty cool.
I like your thoughts on that.
Yeah,
Message from Dr. Grant.
I have a whole Amazon wish list of just like old school Jurassic Park toys that I have to resist buying.
What should we do?
I mean, it's my birthday tomorrow. I might treat myself. it's really interesting. The toy series had a release where they had like fusion dinosaurs, like they combined. Yeah, it took forever. Thanks for following. That notification took a good 2 minutes to pop up. And some toys are going to be harder to collect than others, but yeah. Dinosaurs are such good things for kids, such good toys. Now, this button I'm clicking is the test fence thing. Test fence thing, yeah. It allows you to see where the fence has been broken. If it's been broken, you click the maintenance button, and you fix it. It's weird that it's a thing you have to manually do. I think it would make more sense just to have it, like, be a fee charged at the every end of every month, but it's supposed to simulate allowing you to, at the park, degrade and stuff like that. Chaos effect! Yeah, that's exactly what it's called. So, like, God, do I have a chaos effect? Yeah. I have my least favorite one. So naturally, when I was a kid playing with toys, I broke all my favorite ones, or wore them down. But Chaos Effect had weird shit like this. Not dinosaurs. Oh man, green screen's doing favors to this guy. That's yellow, not green, buddy. So, like, combining weird spikes with sharp teeth and a sauropod for some reason. But there were really weird ones, like... Yeah. It very much predicted unique quality. Interesting. I'm gonna sell it because it's worth 10 grand. Yeah, they did hybrids way before Jurassic World introduced that concept. So the idea and the theme of doing dinosaur hybrids or dinosaur-human hybrids or whatever has been bouncing around in the fandom or the universe for a long time. And these came out, oh god, I don't know, 2000? What was it saying? No, 1997. So 96, 97. And yet it took them, what, almost 20 years to release a movie about that? Kinda nuts. Alright, yeah. Find me a team, and let's just mine the hell out of Hell Creek. Let's wrap up this phenome. Let's get Parasaurolophus healthy, happy, maxed out, and then we'll get some variety in here. Yeah, the color schemes are very much like 90s hardcore toys. They're like bright purple and red and black and edgy as all hell. The color schemes on the other dinosaurs are like palette colors that you might expect animals to actually be. Now there's some mods out there that contest the way that the dinosaurs in this game are modeled. And some of them are actually based on some pretty good paleontological... What is it? Paleontologist.
Message from
Paleontological? Oh no, god, that paleontologist.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Paleontology? I don't know what that word is.
I like your thoughts on this.
Point being, there's some mods out there that add new skins and new models that are more true to actual science as we know it. And I'm considering using those later. Yeah, great! Get some better binoculars, and these work better, people will be happier with them.
Message from Dr. Grant.
I'm hopeful for the new movie, though from what I've seen, not many of them. Many of the dinosaurs are very feathered, which is a shame. It would be quite cool to have more feathered dinosaurs. 'Cause just makes them look so fucking rad. And when the book was written, and when the movie was made, so many of the dinosaurs we knew about came from North America. Hence why, if you take a look at here, North America has like 6 fucking dig sites, the rest of the world has 3. But since then, we found an incredible amount of dinosaurs in South and Central America, and some in Europe, but more so in Africa, and particularly China's fossil fields have just been full of amazing discoveries of very cool, very pretty new species. Okay, so I'm gonna make an impromptu hatchery here. Am I, or... Nah. Oh, God. So, Arcanthosaurus.
Message from Dr. Grant.
You require high security. Oh, won't be doing that for a while then. Selling off that Torosaurus, very good.
It's good to see you.
This is 69%, nice. Yeah.
It's good to know you're
One
keeping
thing I
an
never
eye on
paid
things.
close attention to in this game is if the seasonal changes and the weather accompanying it actually reflect the weather in the Caribbean at this time of year. And this was supposed to be in the Caribbean, was it
Message
not?
from Dr. Grant.
No, not salaries. Ah.
Okay.
I'm a glorified mining company at this point. Yeah, come see our dinosaurs while we toil the earth hoping for gold and gems.
Welcome. Certainly.
Ah, that high-resolution skybox.
Leon?
What game was I playing through lately saying that it needed a remake? Something. But this is definitely one I've been wanting a remake for a very long time. Yeah, off the coast of Costa Rica, hence, the 3 deaths?
It's good to know you're keeping an eye on
Called...
things.
What are they called?
Message from Dr. Wu.
What are your instructions?
No, I don't. Yeah, the 3 deaths, I think, are what the islands are called in the books and in the movies.
Message from
But
Dr.
is that not
Grant.
established until the second movie? Los Cinco Muertes. Yeah, the 5 deaths. Okay, it wasn't sounding right with 3. Yeah. So you have like main site, site B, and the other 3 islands aren't really explored, I think.
Message from Dr. Grant.
We got Arcanthosaurus remains. Fine. I won't build it, but I'll take it. Now, I could just be selling the Arcanthosaurus remains that we're getting, because I'm not taking advantage of it anyway. Kind of makes sense to do that. Next one is 40,000. Yeah, it's 5 and 10 and 20, 40. Fossil teams get expensive. With a name like the 5 deaths, yeah, you're probably right. The islands probably didn't have the most sterling
Message from the park
history
warden's
before
office.
Engine got their hands on it. You're not wrong. 8 people per dinosaur. Pretty good ratio. I think we can get that up to 10. Our retention rate is pretty good. We haven't had that many people leave the island.
Ladies and gentlemen, to enhance your Jurassic Park experience, Dino Watcher binoculars have now been installed in our dinosaur
So balloon
observation
tours
post.
are a thing we can set up. Balloon tours are fun, and take a long time. Auto lure, not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother with the fences yet. I don't care. I'm not gonna do this. Vaccines, however. Yeah, I'm gonna power through all the vaccines. I'm gonna get hatchery immunization and just do that. Really, I should have been doing that for a while now. This will save me on having to fly around the helicopter and shoot all the dinosaurs with vaccines over and over and over, which can be a little annoying.
Thanks for stopping by.
So this has a little picture of the binoculars
Certainly.
now. It doesn't really affect how
Message
this
from
works.
Dr. Grant.
You could still zoom in and out before, but now the game recognizes
Message
it.
from Dr. Sattler.
Sattler. Ah. Died of natural causes. Okay. Whenever you hear a message from Dr. Sattler, it's not good news. Probably bad news. Something probably died. Oh, you're about to die. Well,
Great to see you again.
fuck.
Yeah.
Whoops. Your Parasaur office just died. Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
Well, the next one's a
Message
little
from
weird.
Dr. Wu.
Woo, yeah. Yeah, the carnivores getting rabies can be quite problematic. But it's interesting. You know, when you're doing research, vaccines doesn't seem sexy, right? Like, ooh, new attractions, this is really cool. And like, new amenities, that's cool. And like, super extractor, growth booster. These all sound pretty cool. Vaccines, bleh. But vaccines are probably the most important thing to research. It seems a little odd to me that you can't
Great to see you
order
again.
the remains to be picked up and dragged off-site. Because most people don't want to be seeing dead dinosaurs. And the dead remains could be used
Message
for
from Dr.
enrichment
Grant.
for carnivores and stuff, right? Or even the remains could be sold to museums of natural history or used for paleontological studies. But instead they're
Message from
just
Dr.
left
Wu.
on the ground, to slowly decay. I wish, and this would be a wonderful thing if they included it in the next game, the ability to name each individual
Message
dinosaur.
from Dr.
I want
Grant.
that. And the ability to keep tabs on like numbers of time, number of fights won, just to have like a mini dino fight club
Message
sort
from
of thing.
Dr.
Like
Sattler.
who's our reigning champion here? I need to know this. This game does kind of keep track on that. With this tag, if a Torosaurus beats this Torosaurus in a fight, it will then get this little crown. I think that's how that works. But until then, this is the Alpha Torosaurus. In the same way that this is the Alpha Parasaurolophus. You can name your dinosaurs. Hell yeah!
No problem.
Seems like an obvious mechanic to include to me. Because it's fun,
Good to
right?
see
And
you.
it gives you more of an attachment to each dinosaur. Yeah. Yeah, I will definitely take a closer look at that, I think, after streaming tonight. I started watching a couple of previews for the next game. Oh yeah, the amount of sound effects is incredibly overwhelming. Overwhelming. I'm gonna say underwhelming.
Hi.
Do you mean overwhelming, Cora, in terms of volume, or just
Message from Dr. Grant.
that it's constant noise?
Message from the park warden's office.
Because you're not wrong, it is constant noise.
Do you have a moment to speak with
Yeah,
us?
I'm not building the park.
Message from Dr. Wu.
I thought that the game was surprisingly quiet. Like music plus dinosaur tone. Huh. Yeah, it's just a lot of noise at once.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is.
Attention. There is a
Yeah, it's not now. It's just. Oh, here. Let's dick around with the sound levels a little bit. Music I want high. Sound effects I want a little quieter.
Take to the skies in a Jurassic Park
Voice
balloon
let's
tour.
turn down because it's pretty
Observe our
annoying.
amazing
Ambient let's have louder than noise. Let's try that. I've been finding it really underpronounced.
Urgent message from Dr. Lee.
Bumbleboots.
No problem.
Wasn't there a zombie mod for this game at some point? Ah, I'm remembering. Yeah, a zombification mod that turned all the dinosaurs into walking undead creatures. It was really weird. Oh yeah. No, it's probably a combination of things. It is your new speaker. I didn't do any real sound test here. It's a cheat. Oh, right. This has a cheat menu. I forgot about that.
Urgent message from John Hammond.
Ah, 2 stars. So we can get another dig site. We're gonna have these pair well together. We're gonna have Pachycephalosaurus.
It's good
Let's
to see
take a
you.
look at Pachycephalosaurus. Pachycephalosaurus, tell me more. You are friends with Homo cephali. I think this is the only place that we can get Homo cephali. Yep, it is. So we'll unlock this. So Pachy's can have their best friends. Pachy, now I gotta word. Pachycephalosaurus can have their friends. It was the speaker, sometimes better sound equals worse sound. You're in the next room. I could just go listen to what you're talking about, but I did play with the sound levels a little.
Message from Dr. Gray.
This should be 15%. I don't think this should do us more than 17%. If it does, we can sell those remaining remains. The remaining remains, the rest. Yeah, I forgot that this game had cheats at all. But now that I'm remembering it, I definitely did take advantage of those when I was younger. Now the game keeps badgering me to build a ranger station. I don't need to. If the occasion ever came up that I needed a ranger station, I could just hop in here, immediately build a ranger station, right next to where I needed it, hop in, and be right there. Oh, no. That was not as high of a percentage as I thought. Yeah, this comes from a time period where including a lot of cheats in your game was a pretty common thing to do. Modern games have, for the most part, done away with cheats and just let you enter into, like, command consoles what you want to happen. Or maybe that's just the games that I've been playing. Personally, I prefer being able to just open up a command console. So, 40k is enough to buy another team. We should be done here. So let's go to Site B. Let's start here. My mic seems really quiet compared to game sounds. Alright, well. Let's tab out of this. That volume is as it should be. Oh god, the aspect ratio looks so bad. Let's go up here. Oh, yeah. My mic was turned down substantially. I might have just been hitting hotkeys. Okay, well, now I'm at minus 2 decibels-ish. That should be better. That, and I'm probably further away from the mic Yeah,
Message from
yeah.
Dr. Wu.
I'll take a listen for myself here in a second. Alright, cool. We're done with Parasaur Office DNA. And we've been at this little map for about an hour. And because I want to listen to the sound, I'm gonna make a cut here. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep streaming, but it means that if you're watching on YouTube, this is gonna be the end of today's episode, and you're gonna have to stop by again tomorrow for some more of Operation Genesis. In the meantime, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, all of that shenanigans. Till then, gonna say toodaloo, take care, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.